Okay, guys, we've been talking about basic government concepts. Well, now we're going to look at the specific types of government in Europe, especially the United Kingdom, Russia, and Germany. The United Kingdom is under a unitary system. That means the central government has all the power. They have a monarchy, which is a king or a queen. The unitary system or the monarch decides that the people will have power through a democracy. This gives citizens of the country the power to vote. That's a parliamentary democracy, which means the leader is elected through the legislature, not directly by the people. Parliament is the lawmaking body of the United Kingdom. It's composed of the House of Lords and the House of Commons. The monarch is also part of the parliament. House of Lords. In the past, these seats were passed down through wealthy families. Now, lords are elected by the House or are appointed by the monarch. They have very little power. They can only make suggestions of ways to improve a bill that is on its way to becoming a law. Here's a picture of the House of Lords. House of Commons. Citizens elect these members. 646 members total. 529 are from England, 40 are from Wales, 59 are from Scotland, and 18 are from Northern Ireland. This branch controls the country's budget. They have lots of power. The leader of the political party with the most members becomes the Prime Minister. He is the head of the government, chief executive, and runs the government on a day-to-day basis. Here's a picture of the House of Commons. Let's look at UK's leadership. The Prime Minister is the chief executive with the most power. He's the leader of the British Parliament, works with the legislative branch, runs the government. The monarch is the official head of state, a symbol for the country. Duties are mostly ceremonial, and the monarch's role is restricted by the Constitution of the United Kingdom. Here's a picture of the United Kingdom's monarch. Here's a picture of the United Kingdom's current Prime Minister. UK citizen participation. Citizens have personal freedoms like those in the US. All citizens are treated equally and have the right to worship as they choose. British citizens have freedom of speech, right to a fair trial, the right to own property, and the right to security. Citizens do not directly elect the leaders, only the House of Commons does. Citizens vote on the member of the House of Commons, who will then elect the leader. Now we're going to look at Germany. Germany has a federal system. A federal system is the power is shared between the central government and the governments of the 16 states. They have a democracy where citizens of the country hold the power, mainly in voting. It's a parliamentary democracy where the leader is elected through the legislature, not directly by the people. Germany's parliament is composed of two houses. Germany's constitution is called the Basic Law. This states that Germany is a welfare state. Government guarantees people certain benefits when they are unemployed, sick, poor, or disabled. One of the houses is the Bundestag. This house has the most power. Citizens of each German state elect its members. Members of this house elect the chancellor. This is the chief executive of Germany. The other house in parliament is the Bundesrat, represents the interests of the state governments. Each state government selects representatives for this house. The 16 states each have differing numbers of representatives depending on their population, mainly concerned with laws that affect states such as education and local government issues. Germany's leadership. The Chancellor is the chief executive. The Chancellor runs the government, is elected by the Bundestag legislature. The President is the official head of state, a symbol for the country. Duties are mostly ceremonial. Representatives of the legislature and representatives of the states choose the President. Here's Germany's Chancellor. And here is Germany's current president. Let's look at Germany's citizen participation. Citizens have some basic freedoms like those in the United Kingdom. All citizens are treated equally and have the right to worship as they choose. They have freedom of speech, right to a fair trial, the right to own property, and the right to security. Citizens do not directly elect the leaders. The last country in Europe we're going to look at is Russia. Russia has a federal system. That means the power is shared between the central government and the governments of the states. The democracy, citizens of the country hold the power of voting. Presidential democracy means leader is directly elected by the people. So people have a lot of power in Russia by voting on their leader directly. Russia's legislature is called the Federal Assembly and is divided into two parts, the Federation Council and the State Duma. The Federation Council. It has two representatives from each state. States appoint the council's members. They are not directly elected by the people. One important duty that they have is they are to approve the president's choices of people to fill different government jobs. State Duma. It's larger than the Federation Council. It has 450 members who are elected directly by the people. This house controls the budget and makes the laws. It approves the president's choice for prime minister. Russia's leadership. The president is the chief executive with the most power. He's elected by the people, presidential democracy, remember, and can disband the legislature. The president also selects a prime minister. The prime minister helps in the day-to-day running of the government. It's very similar to a USA's vice president. Here's Russia's current president. Here's Russia's current prime minister. Russia's citizen participation. Russia's constitution guarantees human and civil rights for its citizens. All people are equal. Russians have the right to life and dignity, freedom of speech, and the right to privacy. Citizens directly elect the leader. Alright guys, so I know this was a lot of information. So here's the notes if you downloaded that from Edmodo and you were filling that in as you were looking at the presentation. Here's what you may have missed, so you can look over this and make sure that everything's on your notes and you have it ready for class.